Where's our
Council
president?
Public Meeting to order for March 23rd, 2022. Notice of this meeting has been duly advertised in compliance with the provision of the Open Public Meeting Law. Please be advised that this meeting is being audio recorded for possible later playback. Everyone, please rise for the flag. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilman DiDomenico.
Here.
Councilwoman Hess.
Here.
Councilman Lankowski.
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton. Councilwoman Simmons.
Here.
President Randolph Sharp has an excused absence. Mayor.
Here. First up is Resolution 2022-92, promotion of Captain Cavallaro to Deputy Chief. Entertain a motion, please.
So moved.
And a second, please. Second. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Councilman DiDomenico.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Councilman Lankowski.
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Simmons.
Yes.
At this time, we'll have the oath of office, please.
Trey, just let me know when that ordinance comes up so I know.
This is where Tommy will be standing here saying, nope, mess it up. Ready? I, Michael Cavallaro,
I, Michael Cavallaro,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the government established
and to the government established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
And I do further solemnly swear
And I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office
all the duties of the office
of Deputy Chief
of Deputy Chief
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my
so help
ability.
me God.
So help me God.
You have to sign it. Deputy. There you go. Next, resolution 2022-93, promotion of Lieutenant Lankowski to captain. Entertain a motion, please.
I make a motion that resolution 2022-93 be adopted as read.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman DiDomenico.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Councilman Lankowski.
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton.
Yes.
Councilwoman Simmons.
Yes.
This time we'll have the oath of office. I, Justin Mostowski,
I, Justin Mostowski,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I bear true faith, and that I will bear true faith
and that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the government established
and to the government established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
And I do further solemnly swear
And I do further solemnly swear
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of the office
all the duties of the office
of police captain
of police captain
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. How about we take a 5-minute recess for pictures? Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. 2205, new ordinance to amend chapter 199, article 3, leasing procedures, licensing procedures for Borough Hall.
Can you hear me?
Regarding ordinance 2022-05.
Sorry,
I have a question.
Diane Terry, 637 Fifth Avenue. Mayor, I wanted to know, this ordinance, does this pertain to people who drive for Uber or Lyft?
Debbie.
Uber and Lyft is governed by the state of New Jersey. We're not allowed to do any kind of regulations regarding those two items. We are allowed to regulate taxis, and we're allowed to regulate the limousines and any kind of pedestrian transportation. These requirements are now for limousines and any type of transporting of pedestrians.
But doesn't a taxi and limousines already have to have a mercantile license? I don't understand what this is all about.
There are two separate items. Taxi cabs is a total separate code under the Borough of Lindenwold, and it's very governed with specific regulations. Limousines is a little broader, and we follow the rules and the regulations of the state in order to now regulate them.
Does that answer your question?
Okay, thank you.
All right, anybody else have any questions, comments regarding this ordinance? All right, open, close the meeting to the public and entertain a motion, please.
I make a motion that ordinance 2022-5 be adopted on the second reading and published according to law.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman DiDomenico?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess?
Yes.
Councilman Lankowski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton?
Abstain.
And Councilwoman Sin?
Yes.
Second reading, ordinance 2022-06, amending chapter 150 of the fee schedule. At this time, I'd like to open the meeting to the public for any questions or comments regarding ordinance 2022-06. Seeing none, close the meeting to the public and entertain a motion, please.
I make a motion that ordinance 2022-6 be adopted on the second reading and published according to law.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman DiDomenico?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess? Yes. Councilman Lankowski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sin?
Yes.
First reading, ordinance 2022-07, ordinance amending chapter 296, street and sidewalks of the code of the Borough of Lindenwold. Entertain a motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
2022-07, you have to say the whole statement.
I make a motion that ordinance be adopted as first reading, published according to law, published in the Borough Hall, with the second reading being held at the next regular meeting.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman DiDomenico?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess? Yes. Councilman Lankowski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sin?
Yes.
Consent agenda. The items listed below are considered routine by the Borough of Lindenwold and will be enacted upon in one motion. There will be no formal discussions of these items. If discussion is desired, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. Entertain a motion for resolutions 2022:94 through 96.
I make a motion that 2022-94 to 96 be adopted and read.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman DiDomenico?
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess? Yes. Councilman Lankowski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Patton?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sin?
Yes.
time, I'd like to open the meeting to the council. Anyone from the council have anything they'd like to bring up?
I would like to congratulate Father Guest at Guadalupe Parish for being sworn in as the chaplain for the fire department.
Yes, that's what, congratulations. Yes, you did.
I have nothing at this time.
Paul, you have anything?
The school's got $10 million of funding from the state, and that's year 4 of the 6th phase in full funding. All their current programs are going to remain. The school board reduced the levy by $700,000, which they are reallocating to the new school budget. So the tax levy will remain the same. And I'd just like to give a shout out to their superintendent, Kristen O'Neill, who's doing a really fabulous job. That's all I have.
What is it?
Hello. Our first first committee event is April 16th. We're going to have a spring clean. Volunteers are still needed now and throughout the year, so our application window will remain open. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. For senior citizens, Camden County Board of Commissioners are offering gentle yoga. It will be through Zoom. I do have flyers that if anybody's interested, I have flyers for you. It's all levels of yoga, so if you're a beginner or expert, it doesn't matter, it's not by where you stand in this time. So we can do that through Zoom, do it in your home, and it's a fun event for everybody. For the health department, just a reminder, we have till the end of the month to register our loving dogs and cats with the borough. It's $15 if your pet is neutered, $20 if it is not neutered. And I have a short COVID update for today. The World Health Organization has confirmed that there is a new COVID variant. It's the Deltacron. This is a combination of Delta and Omicron that have merged together. It's in the U.S., France, Denmark, and the Netherlands. As of last night, it's not in the Philadelphia area. It was more out in the California area. So the World Health Organization is monitoring this variant. They really don't know much about it being contagious, how our vaccines are going to work against it, with it and stuff, and it's going to help us. They don't know how severe the illnesses will be. Symptoms are the same, though, as regular COVID, which is the fever, cough, difficulty breathing, fatigue, headache, loss of taste and smell, sore throat, and congestion. Experts, as I said, they're just waiting to see how our vaccines are going to do against this variant, but it's not out as much. I think I read it was like maybe 3 or 4 people in the U.S. that have this variant, so that's a good thing. Also, Pfizer and Moderna, they're still looking at doing a 4th shot for older adults. Most of us had a 3rd booster shot, but the experts aren't even sure if we need a 4th shot at this time. They're just following what's going around the world. So I will just keep watching and report of anything new I find on COVID at our meetings. Thank you. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Once again, I apologize. Truly, you've done an outstanding job through the whole pandemic.
Thank you. I know more about COVID than I ever thought I would.
Okay, Ms. Thompson.
Good evening. I'd like to give some information from our tax collector's office. On our website, I'm not sure if any of you had the opportunity to look at our website, and in particular the tax collector's office. There isn't a message about COVID-19 utility relief measures. There's bill assistance and arrearage forgiveness program for residential properties. And again, that can be found on the borough's website under tax collector's office. The program will provide needed assistance to families struggling to meet basic needs for heat, power, water, and sewer, and it will be critical to helping these residents get back on their feet as COVID-19 moves into an endemic phase. Also, there's an opportunity to repay arrearages on residential properties in installments. Be advised that residents experiencing economic hardship during COVID-19 and who are behind on their sewer payments may be eligible to enter into an agreement whereby the resident agrees to pay their arrearages in installments over a period of time. As part of the agreement, the resident must keep up to date on all current charges. For more information on repaying arrearages and installments, you must contact the borough via email our tax collector, Carol Redmond, and her email address is credmond, and that's REDMOND, @lindenwold.net. But again, if you go to our website, you'll see that information and that message from our tax collector. Thank you, Mayor.
I think there was also one earlier from the county had it on, which we put on as well, for those updates. All right, if anybody's here from the crossings, I just received a letter today from the engineers from Remington and Vernon in regards to the islands that we talked about. I will be sending this out to the list from the people who signed the petition, if they got it. If you're here, I can give you a copy of it tonight. But what they're talking about doing is removing the islands and striping it instead. This way, trucks will be able to get around, cars will be able to still park there, and it'll have a 5 foot between it and not 10 feet anymore. But you'll still be able to open and close your car doors. It seems like a really good, functional compromise. So I'm happy to give it back to anybody if they have any other concerns. All right, with that, I'd like to open the meeting to the public for any questions or comments. Anyone from the public wishing to speak, please come to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and don't forget to sign in, please.
Yeah, hi, good evening. My name is Joe Amadeo, 25 Georgetown Road, Lindenwold. We have a house next to us by our clubhouse, and a few years ago, they had about 3-4 cars there in the yard. And now there's probably about 20 to 40 cars out there. The only thing they're missing is a junkyard dog. That's the only thing they're missing. It's, Wayne says he hasn't been allowed to go on the property to inspect it. It's a junkyard.
That's the house next door?
It's right next to the clubhouse, right there. Yeah, so I'd like to find out if something can be done about that. Thank you.
Anyone else from the public wishing to speak?
Diana Terry, 637 Fifth Avenue. Mayor, what is the area of concern for the focus of the authorized engineering study? And then my next question is that I've been hearing a lot lately about the sidewalks in the town. Why is it that in some places people get tickets for having uneven sidewalks, but in other places people are allowed to park on their sidewalks and they have for decades? Why is that? I know you won't answer me, but you don't answer anything I ask you.
Anyone else from the public wishing to speak?
I don't get it. Like, I don't even answer or not.
Yes,
Hi, good evening, Board. My name is Yolanda Smith. I live at 227 Cypress Avenue, Simon Second. I have to apologize. This is the first time that I have been to a meeting, and I've been in this township for over 20 years. But what brings me here is not necessarily on a good note. I have a little bit of an issue that I have attempted to resolve with Public Works. So in addition to the increase in deer population that are just taking over my yard, it went from maybe 5 or 6, I counted 20 the other day. It's going back and forth, they live behind my yard. The biggest issue that I have is now I have to contend with squirrels. So a squirrel has eaten through the top of the thick plastic of the recycle bins provided by the township. Big gigantic hole. So now when I go to lift the can, they're jumping out at me. I attempted to stuff it with, I tried steel wool, they just scratched that out, I put some cloth in there, lift up, it falls out. So I called the township to ask for another can. They told me they would send someone out to look at it, and maybe they did, but I didn't get another can. About a month later, squirrels still jumping out of the trash can, so now I put my trash in at night when they're sleeping. I go to Public Works, and they told me that I can't get another can. And so, if there's one can provided per household with, I think that the township, if they don't do anything for animal control, I don't think I should have to be subject to that. And I pay taxes, I don't understand why I just can't get another can.
Okay, the new part of this is we don't answer anybody until we go back to open the council.
Okay.
So we'll just take.
So you just take it under advisement and discuss it?
We will answer you when we open back up to council. Okay?
Thank you.
Anyone else from the public wishing to speak?
Okay. By all means.
How are you doing today? My name is Ricky Pizzatoro. Grew up here my whole life. Live in Laurel Springs right now. Just here in regards to the Lindenwold Little League Baseball Association. I heard our numbers have been down over the last couple of years. I have a lot of references in the baseball community looking to possibly help out and donate. I tried calling the office this week, trying to get some kind of point me in a direction on who I could speak to. It's something that we could do a GoFundMe from the township. I could do it on my own. I was kind of just looking to get some gloves and equipment for some of the kids who might not be able to play because of that reason. I think that has a lot to do with the sign-up numbers being down. Wasn't really looking for anything from you guys besides like the okay to go ahead and do so. Like I said, we're not looking for any kind of money from the township. This is all something from me and my friends who are tired of seeing their kids go play for other townships. When we have all the athletes and the good people we need here, we're just kind of looking for some kind of direction on who I should speak to.
Thank you. Trevor?
Good evening, guys. Just looking for an update on some of the ARP funding. I know, I can't remember the exact number, it was in the millions, but I know you guys are going to be using a lot of it for the sewer system repairs. We're wondering if a little bit, maybe a few $1,000s of it could be used for the broken and missing signage around the equipment at Lindenwold Memorial Park, possibly a new roof, about a $1,500 job for a new roof on the Champion Chargers concession stand, maybe some shelving for their storage area. And I wanted to follow up with you on the basketball resurfacing. There was talk a couple of years ago that there was going to be a public art component of that. I just wanted to know if there was an update on that and an update on the project and any update on the timing of it. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Anyone else? Close the meeting to the public and entertain a motion to open up back to council. Oh, I don't have a motion. I want to open up back to council. I'm going to start off for projects White Horse Pike and United States Avenue for your traffic light. The place you want to go for baseball, call the library lady, has talked to speak to her because we have nothing to do with baseball. It's a separate organization, it's part of Park and Rec.
Right.
She can direct you who to talk to for
Okay.
baseball.
Awesome.
There is a team there doing
Yeah, I
something
already
now.
talked to the commissioner, Quincy.
Yeah, there's Quincy and
Scott? Yep.
and they'll put you in the direction you need to go with anything you need to do with that.
It's all funded through the Phillies. My grandson's on it.
Is he?
He signed up, it's all funded through the Phillies.
Really? I heard last year they only had like 2 kids sign up.
That's wrong.
Really?
It's only last
Yeah,
year.
here's my grandson does too.
Okay.
Yes, speak to them, she can give you the number or people to talk to.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, the house next to your clubhouse. That, I found that about 3 weeks ago. I've been on Wayne ever since, and I've been on the other code enforcement about that house. They have cited him a number of times. He doesn't show up to court, so they're fining him every single day. He's going to get quite a bit of fines. So it will be taken care of, because when I went back there to help somebody out in the New York development, I noticed it and I went off. So yes, you're absolutely correct.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you want them to take the vehicles out of there?
I want it cleaned up. He's already on wetlands. It's not his property. He's on wetlands property back there. Okay.
I just figured that was all his property.
No. He just keeps pushing dirt and pushing everything back and then.
Yeah, he's still pushing onto our road too, our easeway.
Got it. Yes. All right. Deer and trash can. Cheryl, Linda, could you please reach out to Craig tomorrow and find out why she can't get a new lid? All we do is replace the lids.
Yeah.
Okay, they should be able to, and yes, and contact animal control.
Thank you.
He's feisty.
So animal control, that's a county-wide, the
Yes,
city?
no, it's a borough. It's part of, we pay for, say what? People call them misnounce, but tomorrow. She'll take care of everything you need to find out, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Trevor,
Yes, sir.
in regards to the situation you're talking about, we probably can find money for that kind of stuff. I want you to reach out to Craig, give him a list of stuff that you want to talk about. I don't know about the roof, but I can tell you about the signs and stuff like that. We may be able to do stuff like that. Just reach out to Craig, give him a list of stuff, and make sure that he gets it to me.
Well,
Thank you, sir.
I just wanted to interject a little bit, because I do know the resurfacing, as well as the roof, was included as part of capital. So we will be addressing some of those issues you talked about.
Yeah,
Because I know that we had this conversation, I think like last year, because you had asked about the resurfacing and the roof, so we will be looking into that as well. And so far, with regards to the ARP funding, it has only been the sewer aspect, but we are looking at other things with regards to that.
Amazing. Thank you.
Okay? Did I get everybody? Does anybody else have anything they want to bring up? Okay? With that, I entertain a motion for adjournment, please.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much.